A crazy finish on Sunday. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series racing from Phoenix. Now it's time for the Motorsports Radio Breakdown. It was the Camping World 500, a battle in the desert. Phoenix International Raceway, Joey Logano, the pole sitter, Ryan Blaney in seconds, and then starting third was Dale Jr. And how about Dr. Jesse McGuire and the National Anthem? 22, 21, and 88 in the top three to start Sunday's race. 90-degree air temperature and 126 degrees track temperature. Temperatures in the cars reaching in the neighborhood of 130. Green flag flies. Racing begins at 3:45 p.m. Eastern on a sunny afternoon, and they are off double file, but positions getting shuffled quickly in a close call between Dale Jr. and Keselowski. Dale Jr. in the middle of a crazy three wide winds up dropping down to fifth. Kyle Larson then will climb up to second with the 42 car. We got that dog leg stretch right there at Phoenix, which is a little crazy, but eyes on the double two maintaining the lead. Logano, Larson, and Ryan Blaney in the top three at lap 7. Kyle Busch was running 7th at the time, and Keselowski getting up on the 21 of Ryan Blaney to take third. Logano, Larson, Keselowski now the top three at lap 12. Logano, however, with a 1 second lead on Kyle Larson at lap 12. And what happened to the Toyota sign there? There used to be the Toyota sign on that hill over by turn 4. It's gone now. And now Brad Keselowski up in second. Logano, Keselowski, Kyle Larson top three, which was around lap 25 or so. And then we get to lap 27, and this is our first caution of the afternoon, and this would be for the 83 car who got clipped and then turned and into the wall. The 15 car, I believe, was the one that made the contact on the back of the 83. 83, Corey LaJoie, Reed Sorensen in the 15 incident at the dog leg, and restart lap 31. Logano still in the lead. Larson in second, Keselowski back in third. But with Larson running second, Logano's lead at just half a second, a .55 at lap 42. Logano, Larson, Keselowski, Elliott, and McMurray making up the top 5 with 25 to go in stage 1 around lap 50. Ryan Blaney running in 7th and Dale Jr. 9th, battling teammate Jimmy Johnson for 8th, and Logano leading all but one lap so far. Reed Sorensen had to lead briefly during the first caution. Otherwise, it was the Joey Logano show for the first stage. However, Kyle Larson was chasing him down, and some crazy racing between these two around lap 60 or lap 70. The 42 chasing the 22, the 2 chasing the 42, and the 24 chasing the 2. Final lap for stage 1 would become around lap 75, and winner of stage 1, Joey Logano. The top 5 finishes for the first stage: Logano, Larson, Keselowski, Chase Elliott, and Jay McMurray. And that would be the 22, 42, 2, 24, and the 1. 10 points plus a playoff point for Joey Logano. Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, and Dale Jr. would finish up 6th through 10th. Starting order now for stage number 2. Logano in front, Larson second, and Keselowski. So still maintaining that top 3. Stage 2 would start at lap 84. Some issues for Truex Jr. He dropped from 12th down to 26th. He has some issue with the right front tire, so he got a little hiccup there on pit road. And Kurt Busch gets popped for going too fast on pit road. He was having issues with that digital dashboard. He actually, they had to get that fixed. And then he was rushing to get out of there, and then they got popped for speeding. You know, the race off pit road is crazy because you're trying to beat the other cars to the exit of pit road, but you have the speed limit out there, which makes things very interesting. It was a bit sluggish on this restart, I thought, but then and Logano, man, he becomes a victim of a 3 wide, which winds up putting Chase Elliott in the lead. Larson would settle in second. Logano down in third. Lap 87, top three. Lap 88, car start picking up speed. Elliott's lead now at half a second on Kyle Larson at lap 91. Elliott, Larson, Logano, Keselowski, Kyle Busch making up the top five. And as stage two now unfolds, man, Logano dropping down to fourth with Kyle Busch right behind him. Oh, man. And then we get to lap 114. Lap 114, Kyle Busch now running fourth. Logano down in fifth. And, of course, you saw the race yesterday. Logano had an abrupt end to his day on Sunday. Kyle Busch in the red Skittles car. And Chase Elliott in that blue Napa Auto Parts car with a 1.3 second lead on second place, Kyle Larson, lap 17. Then we get caution number 3, lap 18, Corey LaJoie again. Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie. When I first, all of last year I was pronouncing this kid's name wrong. Now I got it. It's Corey LaJoie. And again into the wall. Looked like turn 4. Then we get back to green, lap 123. Chase Elliott still the race leader. And Larson second. Now Logano was, according to the leaderboard, was supposed to be restarting in third. However, got popped for going too fast on pit road and had to get sent back to the longest line. So he was down in 30th. So bad news for the 22 driver. But the 24, 42, 18 top three now as Kyle Larson tries to steal the lead. But Chase Elliott has denied him at this point. And now it's the Chase Elliott show. And those pit road penalties, man, they can really bite you in the you-know-where. But Elliott's lead on Kyle Larson at 132, 1.5 seconds. A full 2 seconds at lap 139. Lap 140, the last 10 of stage number 2. Stage 2 wraps up at lap 150, and Chase Elliott the winner here. So 10 points plus a playoff point for the driver to 24. Top 5 finishes for stage 2 was Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, who come in third, Jimmy Johnson fourth, and Brad Keselowski will come in fifth. That's the 24, 42, 18, 48, and the 2. Logano's 22 car, he wound up finishing in 22nd. And the Monster Cup girls, they had the afterwards. 6th through 10th finishing order, Jay McMurray, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin 9th, Kevin Happy Harvick in 10th. Kevin Harvick, which was probably the heavy favorite for Sunday. We get to the starting order for stage 3. Chase Elliott in the front, who beat Kyle Larson by inches in a race off pit road. So Larson again back in second. But then we get Jimmy Johnson. He's starting at third for stage number 3. And then we get back to green at lap 158. And Kyle Larson this time does steal the lead, but won't stay there for long because Chase Elliott quickly retakes it. Elliott, Larson, and Kyle Busch still top 3, lap 162. And I was waiting to see if or when that 18 car was going to make a move. Elliott with a 1 second lead at lap 165 and 1.5 seconds at lap 181. Lap 190, Kyle Busch moves one spot to take second, but Chase Elliott with a 2.2 second lead. Kyle Larson's car bogged down a little bit, allowing this left a little opportunity for Busch to move up to take the second place position. And then we got Matt Kenseth, man, and oh man, the 20 car into that wall, pretty a rough one too for Matt Kenseth. Incident at the exit of turn number 4. This would be caution number 5, and Kenseth hit to the care center. He was running in 15th at the time. A right front tire failure was the issue here, which also took out Joey Logano a little bit later on in the afternoon. So we get back to green with now a new leader now, finally, Kyle Busch. Winning a race off pit road now is the race leader. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, top 3. And don't change the channel for a moment here for sure, because then we get to restart lap 200. And in the midst, Keselowski climbs up to second, Chase Elliott down to third. So now we got the 18-2 and the 24 top 3. And then Busch, Keselowski, it was Busch, Keselowski, Elliott, Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson making up the top 5. But then we get caution number 6, and this is between turns 1 and 2. The 38 and the 23. The 38 looked like a tie rub, sent the 38 sideways and got the 23, and then both the 38 and the 23 in turn wound up going into the wall. Driver the 38 was David Reagan. Greg Golding in the 23, which is interesting here because the 23 used to be David Reagan's car last year. These two guys at the moment, at this time, were racing for the lucky dog position. So we have back-to-back cautions here. Then we get back to green, this time at lap 111. Still no change at the moment up in the front of the field. And also lap 111, and then lap 112, this would start the last 100. Kyle Busch in front with a 0.86 second lead on Brad Keselowski, who's now up in second. Top 5, lap 217, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, who moved up the 4th, Chase Elliott down the 5th. And Kevin Harvick was a motorsportsradio.net pick for Phoenix. I said it on Thursday. I thought Kevin Harvick was going to win this one. And so now it's the Kyle Busch Show, brought to you by Joe Gibbs Racing, who's been having a sluggish start so far to the 2017 season. But Kyle Busch putting 1.5 seconds on Keselowski, 1.75 at lap 133, and then 3 seconds at lap 246, just brushed the 3-second mark. And then we get caution number 7, and a caution will always mess up the mojo for sure. This one is Cole Witt in the wall at turn 2. Cole Witt in the 72 car. And then we had Truex Jr. had some trouble out there again on pit road. This got tangled up with the air hose from the pit box next door, which was Ryan Blaney's pit box. And now, of course, Truex Jr.'s been having a little trouble lately with pit road with the 78 team. So Kurt Busch in front again. We get back to green at lap 260. But hold on, because back to green and up to third now is Kevin Harvick, and it looked now like Kevin Harvick was looking to take care of some business. It's all logistics and strategy. When do you make your move? Do you wait till you get down to the last 20 and then start boogieing up, or the last 15? Is there still like another 45 laps left? That's all depends on how much fuel, the tires, of when you make your move to get to the front, because you don't want to get to the front too early and then have too much time for someone else to come and chase you down. Busch, Larson, Harvick top 3. Keselowski, Eric Jones 4th and 5th at this time, which is inside the last 100. And if anyone is going to be, as I wrote this down, but if anyone was going to be a threat to the Skittles car, it's going to be that Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Ford, Kevin Harvick's number 4. So I thought, now inside the final 50, and really, you get those late race cautions that really, it's skill, some luck, and everything clicking right, and that last caution at the end of this race, which actually led to a very surprising finish. For those who did not see the race, we'll tell you who won in a second. So we'll get inside the final 50, and the question was, I wrote it down here for Kevin Harvick, when would Kevin Harvick make his move? And then we fast forward now to lap 292, the start of the last 20. Kyle Busch is leading out at 2.58 on still second place Kyle Larson. 4.3 seconds on third place Kevin Harvick as the Sundance winds down in the Grand Canyon State, still waiting for that number 4 to make some moves. Then we get to lap 302, start of the last 10. Lap 307, this would be the final 5, but this would be inside yet another caution, the final caution, and this is what led to the ending of this race on Sunday. Caution number 8, and this also ended Joey Logano's day in turn 2 for the trouble right there for the 22 car. Logano into the wall, right front tire, again took out another car. This, of course, the 8th caution as mentioned. And what happened on 18 and the 42, Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson almost clipped each other coming off of pit road. Came very close, which I thought that Kyle Larson was the leader, because if you watch the leaderboard, if you follow on NASCAR.com or the NASCAR app, the positions, they switch around a lot when they come in the pit. So you always have that one guy up front, and that once they get back out there, that guy's going back to the position. But what happened was that Ryan Newman, driver of the 31 car, did not pit, allowed him to become the new race leader. And then you had the 42 who restarted second. And what happened here was this went into